Alright, yeah, my video's already started. That's great. Here, let's go back to screen one. Alright, so today we have something really big in the news lately, on TikTok anyways. A man named Logan Dorn. Unfortunately, this person has been through a lot, it seems. And something that's been going on is this man was actually questioned for some of the comments that they have made about ladies just sitting on the beach doing what they do, just being there and wearing their bra or bikini. And what happened is there's a question of concern if these women are actually supposed to be wearing those types of materials out in public, and how that man can see why it should be inappropriate and such, right? And I think there's a lot to pick apart with this, and I want to make this video really quick, but ultimately I don't think that it's going to be too quick. I'll probably spend 5 or 10 minutes talking about it, and the reason being is because I feel like there's more behind this person as a whole than it is on the one side and vouching for one side or the other. To really pick something apart, when you analyze something and you think that you know something, I know it's always good to feel that, hey, I know something and you're so connected with it, but picking it apart and going through a different reaction, different thought processes, and what could really be going on and behind what this person is thinking. I understand where all the ladies are coming from. They're all out there together, just having fun, doing what they do. And also at the same time, when you look at them and you see women out there, you feel attracted to them, and then you'll go up and you'll speak with them or whatever, and you hope that you don't do it in a creepy way. And this man sort of went up there and said that in a creepy way, although I don't think those were the intentions. And that sparked an outcry or an outright for some people. Many people are actually making TikToks about this, but I feel that maybe we're going too far in the hatred. People just want to jump in there and say something about this guy, and I totally understand that in all ways whatsoever. It's not right to go up to someone and do that because it's creepy, like I said in the beginning of the video. You can think what you want to, and it's perfectly fine. This is just like my analysis of it, and I've seen something similar to this a couple of times. Not just through this video, but in real life. People that I have been in close relationship with, although those relationships have moved on, but I'm thankful that I had the time for those people in my life, and whatever happened to them, I really hope the best to them, although sometimes it can be difficult when you work through this. Let me go ahead and just show the video, just so you understand a little bit here of what's going on. So this is the main video that G Garbage Fairy has posted. As you can see, there's 142,000 likes, 13,000 comments, and I believe a lot of people just want to choose sides with this before we go into it, and they want to go out there and make it's called tribalism, and you just follow someone, and really you're not thinking for yourself at that point. Maybe you have thought about it, and maybe it makes sense to you to have that thought, and I understand that, but to think out of the box might open up a different pathway in your brain to what you think. So here, let's play this 1-minute video or whatever.
That's simply just a family outing.
Bathing suits are pornography.
That's not even a bathing suit anymore.
What would you like me to wear? What would you like me to wear?
What do you consider a bathing
A
suit?
one-piece, literally. or a two-piece, or something like this that's actually modest, because you don't need to be showing your body.
Please just leave us
Please
alone.
leave us alone, please. Thank you.
I'm just saying, I hope this actually touches
Pull your head out of your eyes. Jesus.
consideration the next time you come out.
Yeah, it actually made me, no, I actually really hated it.
So right there, what I want to talk about at that point is he's just trying to make them understand in a different way how it works. And although this is his right to say what he'd like to, it comes off a little bit strange and creepy to the ladies, so they get a little bit off put by it. Here, let's play a little bit more.
There's gonna come a day when you're gonna come face to face with God. And he says it's better for
Did you know God says do not
He
judge?
said it's
Thou
he
shalt
said-
not judge.
he said it's better for a
Oh, and if you
millstone
find someone's body distracting, then gouge your fucking eyes out.
Yeah, what about that one?
Huh?
And they say some stuff back, which ultimately makes sense too. We don't want to spark too much outcry with this person, They do obviously seem to really believe in what they're saying so much that when we get into a little bit more deeper, you might start to think, what is actually going on with this person? When I saw this video, I thought the exact same thing that I saw a long time ago, a couple of years ago, with other people that I've met, and even online recently too, as of last year. Let's play some more of
How
this
do you
video.
not judge?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Why are you judging?
What do you
I'm
mean?
not judging you.
Yes, you
You're
are.
telling me I look like
hold on.
porn This isn't productive. I have children and I know you guys care about kids.
I do. Can you tell him to leave us alone? He just came up to us unprovoked, please.
Looks like he's going away.
Okay.
But I want you guys to think about the fact that what you guys are doing here does matter to kids. And I think you all know that. And I'm not
To
judging
kids.
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I have nothing to say as far as this goes. But
You
cussing-
clearly
So, and at this part, we have to start to think, hey, maybe this person is defending him or working with him for a reason. Maybe she knows something that they don't, right? And you have to think about that. And maybe she's being nice by not speaking out about it towards everyone else, because then that would be exposing someone. Or maybe it could lead to other criticisms of other people. But that person honestly believes what they are saying. Which, what I mean by that is Logan Dorn himself.
in front of my kids is where I draw the line. You guys would agree. And it does matter what you guys wear. Not because of even what he said, but because you need to value yourself. If you're valuing yourself, that's the important thing. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for your words. I think we can call this good now.
Yes, we absolutely can. Please stop cussing.
And that's the end of it. Obviously, people are covering up a little bit more than these ladies, but look, like, and it's kind of odd too, because, you know, out in public, like, we don't walk around pretty much naked. Why do we have to do like that? Because we can say that we're wearing, you know, bikinis and stuff, and we can entice the men, and it's all cool. They get to work hard and do what they do, which is fine. Maybe it motivates people. It's totally cool. It can also separate people and just put them on either side of the table. It's quite sad to see, but like, no matter what way you think of it, I don't see it as really wrong on both ends, but it's sort of just, in the end, this is more of a heartbreak of a story. So pretty much what happens is he makes a response to this video itself, and it's not like this person hasn't made a response to something like this before anyways, and it makes sense in the way that it does, and I'll explain that in a second. And this isn't the end all and be all, it's just what my thoughts on it and what particularly I've seen. So, one second. I changed my background because it just looked a little off, but I'll play the rest of Logan's stuff, and then I'll show you a little bit about what other people have put, I guess. Yeah, let's check that out first, because
Coffee
I
shop,
found an
spending time
extremely
with Jesus.
important video on here as well, so I think you'll like it in the way of an understanding. This is Logan's TikTok here, and I just clicked on a lot of his videos. I've checked them all out. They are quite short, between a minute and like 3 minutes or something like that long. And the only thing he talks about, and even in the beginning, is Jesus. And you wonder why it just randomly happened that way. Maybe it was set to be like, oh, he'll be about that. But why is he about it? Just like watch this video, and maybe you'll see what I'm talking about.
And I just feel like he put something on my heart that I wanted to share with you guys. Man, the world needs Jesus. The world needs you fully alive, walking in the Spirit. The world doesn't need you walking in the flesh. So before you make a TikTok, if you're a Christian creator, before you go out and make content, spend time in the Word, spend time in prayer, spend time with Jesus, because the world needs Jesus' word. The world needs Jesus' words and His Spirit. They don't need your flesh. So much love, guys. Let's give the world more of Jesus. Let's show them how kind and good He is. And let's stop striving for selfish ambition. And let's just do this all for Him. Well,
So I exit out of that and then I just scroll up a little bit and it's all things about Jesus. Not sure if that can be seen. One sec. So his first one, do you know Jesus? You're never gone far enough. This is scary. It shows like a sign of anxiety or something. But at the same time, maybe a heightened dopamine to counteract the anxiety that's going on, to increase a belief of God. And why that's important to us is to note that there are certain people with different disorders out there that actually have an increased amount of dopamine in their head, and it affects their lives extremely. For an example, like bipolar disorder and other illnesses as well too. So he actually, I think that, if you go into it, maybe he's thinking, what mental disorder has a really high, dopamine level in like lower serotonin, I guess, right? The dopamine follows. So you have a really big pleasure hormone done when you feel good, and exponentially good, I guess, as well. That would be the word that I will use for this. And so there's a lot of similarities to what he's saying, and there's about like, I think I don't want to like say any percentages right now, but I've looked it up before, and there's a high percentage of people with psychosis that believe in, they call it like a God complex, I guess, but like schizotypical disorder and stuff, where there's high dopamine and you're hallucinating and having delusions or whatever. So maybe this person believes that spending time with Jesus is actually like Jesus has to be coming from you. Jesus is inside of you, right? And you have to accept that. And when you feel, but like Jesus is its own thing, and then it's inside of you, and then you feel welcome and warmed, and that's Jesus being inside of you. But when you think about it too much, it can turn people like crazy, and it causes like illnesses. And I'm just speculating here, I guess, because I've seen it in many people before. I've actually seen it in like two people, and one of them I guessed was schizophrenic. The other one I guessed was schizophrenic, and I knew that from the first one. And it's really easy to tell if something's off with someone. Like, that's sort of a really weird situation to have G Garbage Fairy speak about and then expose this guy, right? He's not being exposed. I think something that may be kept under the rug, and we have to think about it, is his mental disorder. The feeling of God being inside of him actually being of a hierarchy of mental neurodivergence of this sort, right? Like, he thinks differently than other people. And obviously, and I've seen this before too, where they're thinking, oh, well, they have to suppress certain feelings of like intimacy towards other people, or they're sinning extremely bad. And that anxiety, like, you can probably feel that in yourself, like the worst thing that you're scared about, something that you couldn't live without. And you would feel like, oh my God, if that happened to me, that would be so bad. It would be terrifying. And it's like selfish, and it's like the one where you really look in the mirror and it's like terrifying. And we all have that type of fear inside of us as well too. And it's really sad to just see this man going through that. And I feel, and I'm just saying again, he has psychosis, and I feel that because there's the schizophrenia is highly significant with the God complex of with schizophrenia, the high dopamine, and then actually truly believing that that person is inside of you and then coming out of you, right? Those are thoughts and delusions inside of your brain that are making you feel that way, and you're pushing it out, and it's coming out of your internal world, which is considered real, and like it's a devastating illness that costs people their family and their lives. It can tear them apart. You have to take medication. You have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And a lot of people who with schizophrenia actually commit suicide, and it's a very sad amount. I think it's like something between like 30 or 40% of them do. A lot of them smoke cigarettes. They do some illicit drugs and such. I've seen that as well before, and many of them, as you can see, like drug addiction and mental illness seem to go side by side with the homeless people. So that's really all that I'd like to talk about. And then just going into like, what's really sad about is this here. When I go in, make myself a little bigger, and you can, or maybe smaller. So you actually see all the videos made about this person, and people just they're choosing sides. A lot of these content creators, I believe, are literally choosing sides. And I think you should step out of the box and be like, look, there might be something else going on, right? Like, for an example, there was a person that I talked to today because I do sales and marketing, and I literally have to talk to different people all the time. And this person, I thought about it. I'm like, look, like, you don't, like, this is just like, my job is to help people figure out if that's the right decision and just make a decision, right? And, and I'm, doing this in a way that they maybe not understand, and the way that they understand is differently from what I'm doing it. So, and stepping out of the box would allow me to know that this person may, and what I've seen with other people, even if I didn't know, I would be innocent of anything until proven guilty. But this person probably grew up in the hood, and they started seeming like I'm coming at them, and I'm not. Like, I'm just doing my job, and I'm letting you know that too. Like, that's just a part of it, and this is really nothing personal here for you. And I just wanted to share that, and it's just another experience. I thought about that after I talked to the person, but I didn't treat them any different from other people. I wanted to let them know as much as I could, and it's tough to do sometimes, but that's what you have to do. And open your mind and allow that. Now that's what I would call the truth, right? I think that both sides of this, like, the ladies are okay. The other guy, his truth is his truth, and he's got stuff going on. It's a little bit different than what these women have. Like, do you feel sorry for the women that are going out there just looking attractive and just hanging out there sitting on the beach? Like, they have a good life. Like, this guy is going out there, he's doing what he believes is really good, but ultimately I believe it can end his life in a catastrophic state. And I've done an analysis on this multiple times. So the similarities between this person and the other people that I've met with psychosis are quite similar. Like, I'm not a doctor, but like, and I don't want to throw out the but like, people think that, oh, well, now you know everything. And it's like, I don't know everything, but I'm out there learning, and I'm the one actually talking to people consistently. And I've went to check to think out of the box to see, hey, maybe that's the way that person who would react like that would think. This is the same thing that psychologists do. People that go into the person that puts pressure on like a suspect or whatever, right, to see if they're actually have committed a crime or an atrocity towards someone. The interrogator, it's an interrogation, right? And they're setting people apart. Sometimes they go wrong, like, it's a thing, but that's like common sense that, hey, look, like, that's probably a problem, and you have to really look deep inside. Is that really how you think, or someone else? Right? Like, there's people that you can tell are complete innocent, like, they're freaking out, like, oh man, like, we've all seen that video. It came randomly on the front of YouTube, and now, like, now maybe you see. But that's really all that I'd like to talk to today. It's very sad of an illness to have. I've seen it online as well too. I talked to a guy within literally like 30 seconds. He's like, do you know Jesus? And the way he looked, right? The way he had that glistening of love in his eyes meant that he felt extremely good. He was high on like dopamine so much that, and it's the same thing when people do amphetamines. They have an extremely high rush of dopamine in their head, and they get delusional, and they think things are happening that aren't. They think that, hey, the government or whatever is looking at me through my phone or something, and it's not really happening. And it's sad to know that that happens to people. If you're a drug addict or you're working alongside homeless people, power to you. And I hope that you have, and I know that you have made a difference with those people, and maybe you would be the ones to understand a little bit more that there is to what this video is showing. And then there's just a lot of hate going on throughout the community. It goes on forever. 200,000 people just hating on this guy, and it's sad. Although, like, the person you can say deserves it. I don't think anyone deserves pain or anything, and I don't think that's the intention of this person. So when that lady's like, you understand what he's talking about, that we actually understand what she's talking about him and how he feels, and that person believes it. It's just a delusion. It's like the TikToker with talking about the black box that does all the art, the art schizophrenia drawings. He's really good at it too, and he tells his life story. It's nothing to be, made fun of or anything. It's a very sick illness, and it terrifies me to even know that someone would have that. If I were to have that, I would have an anxiety or panic attack, and it's similar to that feeling. I have the opposite feeling. I have anxiety. They have like stress and like high dopamine and stuff. Maybe they do have anxiety sometimes too, which everyone pretty much has. But that's it for today. This video's gone long enough. I really wanted to make it like 5 or 10 minutes for everyone, but there's some really big details. You have to like look into it, and don't judge like a book by its cover consistently, but when I say that, I mean like look outside of the box and think maybe why that person is acting that way, and be able to do that. Allow yourself to do it, so then next time when you talk to someone and you see that same situation, you can say the same thing, and then maybe lead up with a different question or thought in your mind without like exposing the person or hurting their feelings or attacking them personally. I don't think that that's meant to be a problem with that person. It seems creepy because what they did is like saying that, oh, like, I can't control myself with women. He can. He's with other women. He just believes that the person is inside of him telling him to say these things and do it because it is the gift of God. And thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and have pleasure with opening your mind and expanding that like box inside of your head that can expand forever and ever. And my chair is falling apart somehow, so I have to go I have to go fix it, everyone. If you want to talk about crazy, you can just screenshot my face at the end of this video. Oh my goodness. It was ridiculous. I had to make it though. Thank you. Have a good Thursday night. Bye now.